into chapters to help yourself with the motivation, because sometimes that season can be so long and it's hard to stay focused in the present when you start thinking about the postseason.
I agree. Now, here's Isaac. Bradley Beal unable to get his shot to go. Scott against Beal. That one misses. Now the Wizards take it the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Yeah, lots of sloppy play in that one. Several key miscues. They just couldn't overcome the mistakes.
I mean, they were their worst own enemy in that game. I mean, they kept on shooting themselves in the foot.
And here is Scott following the three-pointer by John Wall. Gordon finds Scott and a missed layup.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's space and then go and corral that backboard.
Here's Beal. Orlando grabs the miss. They went to Washington for their last meeting with the Wizards, and they came out with a win.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
That's just something to keep an eye on. I mean, when their reserves are operating at a high level, so tough to beat. I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Carter Williams against Wall. Vucevic with the block.
Well-timed by Vucevic. Not a center who piles up blocks, but this guy picks his spots.
Scott. Hachimura grabs the miss.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding high percentage shots.
The Wizards with another miss.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively. You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. And last year, to create cap space for Anthony Davis, the Lakers traded Wagner to the Wizards. And boy, he showed a lot of promise.
Yeah, he became the first player since Yao Ming to score 30 points and pull down 15 rebounds off the bench. And if you think that was a fluke, why don't you go back and watch the Rising Stars game? He showed he could match up with elite talent.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they might be pressing a little. I mean, forcing some things. This is a good opportunity to calm everyone down.
Washington's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. To the middle, here's Wagner. And that comes off the assist by John Wall.
I don't know how Wagner keeps that on target through the contact. A show of strength and concentration.
Carter Williams, the pass to Scott. Good ball movement here by the Magic. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
The Magic shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Now here's Wall. 14 points from him the last game against Boston.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
Good on the bucket.
Oh, this is a high percentage shot for Beal. Then again, most shots like these are for him.
Scott, good. Scott's got 9.
His energy level has never dropped in his game. I mean, he's working his tail off. And the D struggling to keep up.
Outside, Beal. It's good from long range.
As long as Beal is active behind the three-point line, he's going to keep the D scrambling. He demands a lot of attention out there.
Isaac outside. Inside. Scott, good. And that's 11 points for Magician.
This quarter expending tremendous energy at the offensive end. And he's not slowing down. He's still calling for it.
And here we go with the Magic fast break. And it's Scott with the jam.
When you're open, Carter Williams will find you. He knows his role well.
And so it's Wall. He brings it up for Washington. Trailing by 5. Outside, Beal. Orlando grabs the miss.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Back to Scott. Vucevic down low. Oh, that was a strong dunk.
That's how you go home.
And that's the 7-foot difference for Vucevic. Tough defense, contact. It doesn't do enough to throw off his ability to make that shot.
Ball passes to Hachimura. And the foul goes on the Magician. That's his first foul. Orlando making some changes. Portis, he's checked in for Vucevic. Fournier comes in for Jonathan Isaac. And Markelle Fultz is subbed in for Carter Williams. And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Mahinmi's checked in for Mo Wagner. Davis Bertans comes in for Hachimura. Troy Brown's checked in for Singleton. And it's Ish Smith in for John Wall. Magic leading by 5. Outside, Scott. There's the lob to Portis. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. Ahmed Bamba, he's checked in for the Magic. Ross comes in for Scott, and a switcher also for Washington. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Top of the key, Beal. Shoots over Scott. Beal can't get it to go. The Magic have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Isaac and Vucevic down low. DJ Augustine out there with Scott. And it's Fournier in at the small forward. That's who's out there for Orlando. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Magician in the last matchup against the Nets was a man on a mission. He ended up with 43 points, and he did a great job of letting the game come to him, connecting on a number of his shots. His numbers were off the charts. He was unguardable, and he knew it, and he took advantage of it. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, right. Now, I'm sure he wants to come out in attack mode. The other key for him is to continue to get to his spots on the floor.
Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
And there's so many guys that, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality they got to fill some roles, right? And John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Wizards trail by 10. Ball passes to Singleton. Beal dishes to Singleton. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You too.
So it's Orlando now. Magic leading by 10. Drive by Scott and finished off by Scott.
There's no doubting how great Carter Williams passes the ball. He's a true point guard.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Ball passes to Hachimura. Wagner kicks to Beal. Launches it. Hits the three-point bomb. Beal's got 10.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
Pass to Vucevic. Orlando moving the ball around. Pass to Scott. The dish to Gordon. To the inside. Just 5 on the clock. In transition. Here come the Wizards. And it's blocked by Gordon.
No, I wouldn't test Gordon. With that vertical and length, please try someone else. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now here's Wall. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Vucevic. Here's Hachimura. He's coming off a 10-point game against Boston. Up it goes, and the Magic lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Beal. The Magic have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. And, you know, we often talk about Beal's skill set and his finesse. He can play a very physical game as well, Greg.
He doesn't have a choice. I mean, he had 4 brothers who all played football in college, so he kind of grew up around the physicality. And you can also tell Bill's taking his strength and conditioning seriously, especially after having the lower body injury issues earlier in his career.
Well, at almost 7 feet, Wagner can really own the boards, grabs the rebound, and finishes the play strong.
Carter Williams, the pass to Isaac. To the middle. Here's Scott. Rebound, Washington. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. For the finish, and it's Scott with the jam.
Better be careful around Carter Williams. A constant threat to poke balls away with his tremendous length.
Wizards trail by 8. Ball passes to Beal. The pass to Hachimura. Down low and stolen by Gordon. Scott against Hachimura. Lob pass to Gordon, and then Gordon with the dunk.
Out of nowhere, Gordon just soaring in there, and that athleticism carries him straight to the hoop.
All taking his time here. Beal makes the 2, and it's blocked by Scott. To the paint, here for the
And how about the flow with which he plays? Terrific moves, especially when it comes to dunking the basketball. A very versatile athlete who can finish above the rim.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks, a trend that they'd like to reverse.
Going with an almost entirely new group here. Ahmed Bamba, he's checked in for Vucevic. Bobby Portis comes in for Isaac. Ross, he's checked in for Scott. And Markelle Fultz is subbed in for Carter Williams. Now, here's Brown. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Fultz against Smith. Here's Napier. And the 3-ball is good. Napier's got 6 points.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
Fultz kicks to Gordon. Back to Fultz. 1:49 left to play in the first half. Connects from 3-point range. Ross has got the lead up to 12 now for the Magic.
Solid court awareness. Leave someone open on Fultz squad and you're going to regret it.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Gordon with it. Picked up by Brown. Now here's Ross. Defense is right there. Pass to Fultz. Shot clock at 5. From deep. But they'll get another chance. Count the basket. 6 points for him.
What intensity on the glass from Portis. Junkyard dog. He worked so hard for the second chance opportunities.
Smith the pass to Bertens. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. And so it's the Orlando Magic holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting. They've been dialed in so far from the field. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets... And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Really an incredible game from Magician.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
So the Wizards 5 right now. Ball runs the point with Beal at the 2. No Wagner out there with Rui Hachimura. And it's Singleton in at the 3, the small forward. To the middle, here's Scott. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in. Carter Williams has got his 6th assist on the night. And it's Wall with the ball for the Washington Wizards. 17-point game. Bounce pass, Hachimura. Wall up top. Fires for 3. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Magic leading by 14. Outside, Scott. And stolen by Wagner. Beal against Scott. Now here's Beal. Not a lot of room. Wagner kicks to Beal. Goes back up. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Beal's got 5 points now this quarter.
Nice and steady so far in the second half. They're 3 for 4.
Beal on the double team. Wizards trail by 12. Here's Wall. Sweet little floater. 8 points for John Wall.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah. Now that's how you mount a comeback. They're not all the way back, but they're getting close.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. Rick, which team do you think has the toughest offense to stop in the NBA?
You know, in their heyday, it was the Warriors, no doubt about it. Now, though, things are changing a little bit. It's a tough one to say. The Bucks seem to be amazing with what they're doing with Giannis. The Rockets with that 1-2 punch. And Harden and Westbrook is incredible. And don't sleep on the Lakers or the Clippers, partner. Right now, there's a few of them out there that I would lose a lot of sleep over trying to prepare to play against.
Yeah, I'm glad you included the 2 LA teams. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the Mobile One block.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Wagner kicks to Singleton. Down low. And there's Bradley Beal on the assist by Singleton. Beal's got it back down to single digits for Washington. Orlando's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Scott, good.
And they just refuse to go away and really have slowly worked themselves back into the game.
And the Wizards with possession. They're on a 12-4 run. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Nice ball movement by Washington. 5 to shoot. Here's Wall. Another one falls for Washington.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
Well, anyone can tell they've ramped up the intensity. I mean, they're more assertive, and especially at the offensive end.
Lays it up and banks it in. Wall's got 9 points here in the second half.
It's all clicked into place for him this quarter. He's not missed a single shot.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
DJ Augustine's checked in for Carter Williams. Back to Scott. Here's Gordon. Makes it off the glass. Gordon's got 6.
And there's just so much athleticism to Gordon's game. Good luck trying to contain him inside.
Wagner finds Beal. Count it. Good.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement. And we so often talk about the elite scoring, but Beal's playmaking is now reaching that same level.
It just shows you how talented and unselfish he is. All he wants to do is win. I mean, that talent requires help from your teammates. So he uses his vision and instincts and ability to keep them involved.
Hachimura with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Now Scott. He has 29. Isaac passes to Scott. Inside, here's Vucevic, and the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Certainly, Nikola can hit threes, but come on. He's a 7-footer with touch. Those inside shots, they work too.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Orlando making some changes. Portis, he's checked in for Gordon. And Fournier subbed in for Jonathan Isaac. The Wizards also changing it up. Davis Bertans checks in for Rui Hachimura. Troy Brown comes in for Singleton. And it's Ish Smith in for John Wall. And with the frequency of three-point shots skyrocketing, Greg, does the drastic change concern you? And should something be done to lessen the dependence these teams have on threes?
It's crazy. I mean, we're starting to see teams take more threes than twos. You know, some have said maybe limit fouls on three-pointers to only 2 free throws. That might eliminate some of the flopping on those long-range attempts, but I really feel like this is the evolution of the game, and that three is going to be vital. Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. Smith feeling it out a bit. A floater, and the layup good by Brown. Brown's got 8 points.
Well, this is what Smith does best, keeping his eyes moving and set up the opening.
Augustine passes to Fournier. Got a hand on it. And here comes Smith, leading the fast break. Over Augustine. Brown kicks to Wagner. Drains the 19-footer. He's got 6.
Nice flow to the sequence. Wagner with the quick trigger, but stays in perfect rhythm on the catch-and-shoot jump shot.
Fades away, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. And the Magic lead by 11.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
We talk about killer instinct all the time. He definitely has it. He's keeping his foot on the pedal here, taking things into his own hands. He's been a beast this quarter.
And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for Orlando. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Suns in Phoenix. That will kick off a 6-game road trip for the team.
It's been a clinical performance. He's played a huge role and has them in position to grab the W.
So for the Magic, Bamba comes in for Nikola Vucevic. And it's Fulton for Augustine. Smith the pass to Wagner. Outside, Beal from the arc. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So Orlando will take it the other way. Bamba finds Scott. And it's Bradley Beal with the rebound. Wizards trail by 12. Smith wide open. He fires. Had the space there, but it's offline. To the inside. Scott dishes to Bamba. And yes, it's good. Bamba's got his first bucket of the night.
Loving the toughness there from Bamba. Just needs to keep proving that he's not to be messed with.
Washington calls timeout. he's checked in for Orlando. Shabazz Napier's checked in for the Wizards. So a new group on the floor for Orlando. Then for the Wizards, Bradley Beal comes in for Mo Wagner. And it's John Wall in for Shabazz Napier. Wall with the steal. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Scott is out there with Carter Williams. And it's Isaac in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for Orlando. Carter Williams, the pass to Scott. Back to Carter Williams. Isaac outside. Rebound by the Wizards. Beal's got his 4th rebound in this one. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the 4th quarter. Isaac with some nice D.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
Orlando moving the ball around. He gets it in there. 36 points for Magician.
Oh, no hesitation to get it to the rim. He uses his height advantage to convert. Easy.
A reverse. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. You know, you look at the 2020 class for the Basketball Hall of Fame, some great names, headlined by Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant. I mean, historic players.
And all the more emotional, Kevin, having Kobe enshrined after his tragic passing. But when you look at the accomplishments of this class, arguably the most decorated that the Hall of Fame has ever seen.
And, Greg, you've gotten a bird's eye view. You've gotten a front court view. You've had a chance to be alongside these Hall of Fame players.
Incredible talents, great people, and truly they've been terrific ambassadors for our game.
Mo Wagner's checked in for Brown. Beal on the double team. Scott the pass to Isaac. And he uses the glass on the layup. Isaac's got 5 points now this quarter.
And one area Isaac must continue to improve upon, has the size to dominate inside, now just needs to add the muscle.
That one goes. Count it.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
And that's why they're running plays for him. They're getting him the ball and letting him go to work.
And stolen by Wagner. Smith kicks to Wall. Shoots over Isaac. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 11 rebounds in the game. Gordon finds Scott. Inside. Just 5 to shoot. And another shot. Rebound, Washington. Beal's got rebound number 5 here tonight. No one near Wall as he lets it go. Washington gets it back. For the 3. The shot by Beal, no good.
With all these 3-pointers he's missed in the first half, I mean, he's become a weight around him now. Somebody tell this guy to be more unselfish.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Oh, that's just the mentality you have to have. Not wanting to give the opposition any hope of clawing back into this.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Scott, good.
He does all the little things. I mean, he does the big things. He's got them in front with another outstanding performance.
Outside, Beal. Back to Wall. And it's been said that history is written by the victor. Certainly holds true in sports, don't you think, Greg? And with that in mind, do you think titles are overvalued when evaluating the great players, individual players in history?
You know, Kevin, I think so. Having said that, I think championships do matter, obviously. In the NBA, in basketball in general, one guy can have more impact, right? Because you only play 5 and you play both ways. So it does have something to say, but I don't think that completes the narrative. You know, there's some tremendously talented guys, Karl Malone,